Are you looking for the best corded circular saws in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best corded circular saws that are available on the market. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, quality, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, now let's get started. Number 5. BOSCH GK's 18V25 GCB14. We've tested many circular saws, and this one comes as close to perfection of the form as is possible. Equipped with a standard 7.25-inch blade, an 8-hour battery and weighing 11.6 pounds, it's a nimble cutter by itself. But the good news gets better. It has an aluminum accessory track, no special shoe or mounting hardware required. Lay the track on the board or plywood and slide this BOSCH down it like a locomotive riding the rails. The resulting rip or crosscut is table saw accurate. To control cutting depth, the BOSCH circular saw has a thumb latch right above the trigger. Move the latch forward and press down, and the saw's shoe drops. To fine-tune the shoe's position, simply hold it with one hand while pressing down on the latch. When the shoe is where you want it, release the latch, and the amount of blade exposure below the shoe is right where you need it. There's also an eco setting that reduces power for light cutting while conserving battery life, and 6 speeds for enough range to make multiple cuts in thin plywood on low to full bore and maximum blade depth to cut construction lumber. A battery life readout tells you how much charge you have left. At number 4. Flex 24V Brushless Cordless 7.1" rear handle circular saw. What makes a saw stand out for cutting shoring and industrial lumber? This material is thicker, wider, and more difficult to handle and cut than standard lumber used to build houses. It's used for jobs like supporting ships and shipyards and propping up gigantic pipes and valves in fabrication facilities. It's the shoring material that's used to stabilize the wall of excavations, usually around foundations but also pipe trenches. In most cases, there are only 2 ways to cut it, with a chainsaw or the toughest circular saw you can lay your hands on. This Flex's power makes it superior for this toughest of the tough cutting because it has the power of its peers DEWALT and Milwaukee, but much easier to handle. Its balance and geometry help you settle it quickly on the cut line, and it has more than enough power to see the cut through to completion. Since this type of extra heavy-duty work is typically done in poorly lit conditions, the Flex's work light is a huge help. If cutting industrial material is your game, consider this Flex. At number 3. 7.1 Magnesium Circular Saw. With an LED lamp to light its cutting area, large levers that make adjustments a cinch, and all magnesium guards, the Makita 5007 MGA, which has a 7.1" blade, looks pretty desirable. The cuts it makes are noticeably cleaner for drywall and plywood than other saws. Unfortunately, the Makita isn't able to pass a 45-degree lumber cut test. In all fairness, the tool specifications do not claim that it can cut past 1/3 inch. However, considering other saws, some with smaller blades, were able to complete the 45-degree cut. This highlights the Makita's shortcomings. At number 2. DEWALT DCS 573B20V. DEWALT is a leader in the power tool market, and this 20-volt cordless circular saw is a perfect example of why. This saw excelled in our testing, proving to be well-designed and ergonomic, a great combination. We made repeated straight and angled cuts of various depths over an hour, and the saw didn't lose power or heat up. It had just as much power on its last cut of the test as its first. This circular saw from DEWALT has a bevel capacity of up to 57 degrees, with positive stops at 45 and 22.5 degrees, making it handy to cut standard angles without needing to examine the angle measurements carefully before locking in. At 2 9/16 inches, it also offers a deeper cutting depth than most of its competitors. The base is aluminum, which makes the tool relatively lightweight, 9 pounds. We would have preferred a magnesium base for durability purposes, but we don't consider the lack to be a deal breaker. We found both the blade angle adjustment lever and the depth adjustment lever saved time when we made adjustments. At number 1. Greenworks 24V Brushless 7.1" circular saw. Not everyone needs all of the features of a top-of-the-line cordless saw or the heavy-duty capability of a timber framing model. For DIY projects that include an occasional small framing job or breaking down plywood sheets, Especially when saving money is a priority, the affordable Greenworks 7 1/4 inch circular saw might be the right choice. We've tested plenty of tools from many manufacturers, but this is the first Greenworks power tool we tried, and we were pleasantly surprised. Despite its affordable price, this circular saw made repeated straight and bevel cuts in plywood and dimensional lumber over an hour of solid testing, without heating up on us or losing power. It tops out at 4,500 revolutions per minute, which is slightly less speed than some of the other saws we tested, but it was sufficient for cutting the types of wood most DIers will need to cut. The CR24L's S&K features quick adjustments for both angle cutting up to 45 degrees and cutting depth up to 2.5 inches, and we found it simple to adjust both. The base shoe is made from stamped metal, which is to be expected at this price point, but we were disappointed that the blade guard is plastic. It really should be metal. The blade guard didn't break during our tests, but it's a weak point in the tool's design. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and check out the description for links to updated pricing for products mentioned in the video. Until next time.